Hi everyone, this is Arthur and Fiona here. Where you see the black plastic around the grass lawn is where we've laid cardboard straight on the lawn, threw wood chip on top, put lattice to the back if we've trimmed any hedges or chopped the landy trees back, and we just threw whatever compost we had into those areas. And it's just been using seaweed and whatever inoculants that we've been able to produce only since really the beginning of February. Over 480 plants in this garden. We've thrown in vegetables where we can. Some places the vegetables came up themselves, particularly tomatoes.
And presumably next year, once all the natives have grown more, there won't really be a lot of room for many veggies to fit in amongst them. But this year we thought we'd make use of the space.
We'll give you a list. We just wanted to thank Scott from Canada, Michael from America. There's quite a few other supporters from England and other countries, New Zealand, that have been gifting fictional dollars as well. And then there's a lot of labour support from Aidan and Scott. There's Hannah, there's Fiona, this man. There's also Bruno, another guy, another Michael. And all those of you that were not mentioned here, we just want to thank you, because without these gifts, none of these projects could happen. Though it's a rental property and we're creating this work here, the real experience is how to work together selflessly for a common dream, a common goal. How do we learn to get on with each other without no back doors and build a dream? So this is just a little starting spot to make it work. As we get this whole, make it whole, then we can have more of us learning how to overcome the issues of the ego and the self-centeredness, where we can empower a living dream of kingdom and expand it to spread across the whole of Earth. This is what our commitment is. This is the arbour that we built out of hardwood.
And in front you'll see 2 kiwi fruits, not looking the best because they're about to lose their leaves, but they will grow up and grow over the top of it, so hopefully we'll be able to sit at the table underneath and pluck kiwi fruits for dessert.
So seating, we've set it up as seating with a trap door for storage. We can put plastic containers in it. And so we've created a place where we can contemplate, have friends come and visit. A lot of people come here for healing and discuss many things, because this is really the heart of the mudroom. Any of you have read The Steps of Kingdom or comprehend what the mudroom is? This is the nucleus of the mudroom here. We just come to the back of the house, just seeing, you can get an idea of what the arbour is like. We're going to have heaps of hanging baskets of vibrant colours, native and non-native, and other plants. We're going to have fig trees just near the sides of these boxes. We're going to have down the side of the house, as we swing around, where all those Lalandi trees are still showing up there. We're going to take them all down shortly and have fruit trees growing all the way down there. Apples, pears, stone fruits, nuts, cherries, and on it goes. So that's one of our next projects, as the fictional dollars come together and the manpower, the labour. If we get enough people together over the next 3-4 weeks, or any of you want to come and help, get in contact. So everything you're seeing around here is not even 3 months planted, except for all the established bushes and shrubs. The bunya pine that you're seeing there in the back there, that's been in there for probably a year and a half now. Yeah. And it's grown more than twice the size, particularly in the last 3-4 months.
Yeah, it's gone crazy.
Then there's a wild plum just there, the brown reddy colour, that came up by itself. And there's a few other little shrubs. That Japanese maple, we planted that was found growing somewhere in wherever it was here a few years ago, and that was established. And there's a few other sort of shrubs in the middle of that growth area here that where the zucchinis, what do you call it, tromboncini?
The tromboncino zucchinis.
Yeah, they're growing over the top of it. But outside of that, and you'll see it in the Google Maps that we've planted everything else since. In the Google Maps, you may see the what's those other things we pulled out here? The
agapanthus.
Agapanthus. We took out heaps of agapanthus. In fact, we moved them across the road. You can actually, I'll zoom in and show you all the agapanthus of this from this garden is now over there. So that helped us out. We also built a shed. It gave us storage.
And I think we should zoom in on one of these trombone.
Could you open the shed door?
They're amazing.
These doors we made for $30. The whole shed was built for under $300 except for the roofing. I think you could easily say the whole thing was built for under $500. Much of the timber was we got for nothing. Timber that would explode with water, we painted heavily to protect it. And we made ourselves a storage shed, which gave us a lot more freedom in the garage. The shelving system obviously is another cost that we got the money together. Again, thank you to Scott, who helped us with that. Heavy weight, heavy duty steel shelving. So this gives you a bit of an idea of the shed that we built. It's got Aiden's garden tools.
All these wonderful old tools that Aiden has made a habit of collecting over the years.
Yeah.
They're just beautiful, and all the handles have been sanded down and just made gorgeous. They're such lovely tools to work with.
Yeah, we've gotten heaps of those, and in fact Scott helped with that too. We really fixed all the tools with linseed oil and like doing burnishing, wet and dry. We come back out here.
Come and have a look at trombone chino, because they are the most amazing things. And particularly, if you can see, this one is being saved for seeds, so it's got this massive gourd-like thing at the bottom full of seeds. They are a type of zucchini, and
look how big he
they
is.
just grow massive. A lot of them aren't this big. We eat them when they're sort of this big, and they're more like they're more like a zucchini when they're young, the softer flesh. But as they get older, it turns more into a kind of squash pumpkin kind of hardness of flesh. But they can be eaten either way, and they're just incredible. That's what we've got growing across the main bed too.
Talk about this bed.
Yeah, well, up here,
what do we do?
We put pavers in here to get along, as it's such a big thing, but sometimes it's such a jungle we can't get up here. The eggplants are just going crazy at the moment. We're just salivating.
The soil in here was 2 years of accumulated wood chip rotting out the back on the lawns and paths and on top of the lawns that we threw it on, and around the hothouse, and that was then accumulated and put into here after we chopped down those landing.
The growth that we've seen in these beds is incredible. Just as Arthur says, it's for no more than 3 months, and everything is just exploded in here. In this jungle up here, there are, as you can see, lots of tomatoes.
You have to talk here, because one here.
Lots of tomatoes, but also hiding behind here, there's a passion fruit there. There's a friend passion fruit just down there. There's a bean in the middle there.
Yeah, there's beans, cucumbers.
Cucumbers.
You can in fact see some cucumbers growing up here. We've been eating a lot from here, but the thing is, the biological factor of the soil in here is what exploded everything so quickly. And we're going to translate what's happened in this bed. We're going to translate throughout the whole of the garden over this next 6 months. The basil patch there, we've been eating from that for at least 2 months now.
We eat pesto all the time.
Yeah, it's
all
just
the time. A raw vegan pesto kind of thing, no cheese.
We've had horrendous heat too. The heat weather has been really, really hot, and it's really knocked around things. But we don't mind. It's the garden's doing really well.
And these all are tomatoes. We've been eating lots of these. It's funny things. If you can see these.
Banana chilies.
They're supposed to be chilies, but
they
don't
really
have any heat. They're more like a spicy capsicum, but they're absolutely delicious.
We
put a lot of those in our salads.
Yeah.
Really nice. Various other types of chili around the place. Whoops, and I'm treading on things almost as I go past. We've even got, surprisingly, we didn't plant them. We have a couple of, I don't know if Arthur can see, a couple of little melons here. This one...
Watermelon by the looks.
It's not actually, it's got the wrong leaves, but it's starting to look more like a rock melon sort of thing now. The skin's changing, and there's another little one, and we can't really grow melons in the Highlands because the season's not big enough, but we're going to see if we can prove people wrong. And this little rock melon coming along.
In fact, there's two more over here.
Yeah. They've grown by themselves.
Out of the compost. We've got curly parsley, flat leaf parsley. Not staying that out the back. If you guys see in the other video, you realise how much we're growing out the back. We've got a raspberry over there too.
Yeah,
but
rosemary, spring onions, galore.
Let's keep moving on. We've got 12 blueberries planted in the cardboard. You can see one there on its own, and as you go down underneath the tomatoes, you can see blueberries all through it. There's a blueberry.
We actually had quite a few, considering they've just been transplanted and they're new.
Oh, we had baskets and baskets of blueberries, small bars the kids were collecting.
Yeah.
And that was pretty fantastic. And next year it should be even better.
Yeah,
There's a dwarf lime,
Oh,
a
yes,
Tahitian
this
lime
Tahitian lime.
that we planted. We got these lime, native lime. There's some native
Oh,
lime.
that's a native finger lime.
Native finger
Really
lime.
beautiful. Very spiky.
Yeah, fantastic.
Ruby red
Ruby red
grapefruit,
grapefruit. And then we've got a whole range of tomatoes growing in amongst that.
Yeah.
Again, everything down here is all growing out of cardboard, guys.
And so obviously as the natives get more, the tomatoes will go and get more space and let the blueberries grow a bit more, but we wanted to use as much space as possible.
Just give you a bit of a shot from the west side, looking back towards the northeast. And as we swing around, you can see it. Heaps and heaps and heaps and heaps of natives. This will become a wind trap. We've got trees planted in here and shrubs that'll grow anywhere between 3 and 7 metres, except for the bunya will go to 30 metres eventually. And then from this dense wind trap and sun trap, we're going to look at planting other subtropical plants. I'm on the east side now, looking back west to northwest.
And we're also going to be looking at things like cool climate bananas that can cope with a bit more cold, and there's something apparently called Chinese dates that aren't actually dates, but they produce a fruit that is very like a date, so we're just trying to get a broader range as possible.
And just have another little sweep shot across. We're going to have wine barrels in front of the columns of the house, and some places along the driveway to improve the beauty and the abundance of this, just in a suburban property here. We've got a native ginger in here. We've never grown before.
And that will have to go in the hothouse in winter because it won't cope with the frost, so that's why it's in a pot.
Yeah. Now again, just turning around, we're going to be planting macadamias, loquats, native plums that grow very big. And over here, Mark, one of our friends, Mark, is another supporter. Mark, there's your mulberry, mate. Look at her. She's grown like twice the size since we planted her. When we put her in, we got goosebumps. And then Andy, who was here in 2011, 2012. Andy, remember the grapefruit you got, mate? The one that wasn't very well. And we shoved it down the side of the house where it didn't do much. Well, there she is, if you can see her there. She's rocking along.
This one here.
Yep. We pruned her right back, and she's looking really healthy. And again, we got that goosebumps and the sort of shivers up our spine. We created a little mini ecosystem to find out whether we can use little fish from the ponds. And when that's what the watering can is for, is a drip system. We put sand in there and some foam we packed into the funnel. So it just drips very slowly. So there you are, guys. We'll get back to you shortly with another video through From Bare Dirt to Abundance Part 3. All the best. Bye.
Bye.